Ever wondered how to make your ArchViz scene look realistic, not flat and dull? It all starts with the right materials. Let's build them together inside Unreal Engine. Welcome to the day 4 of the architecture visualization in Unreal Engine 5 series. In the last video, we imported our Datasmith file and set up the lighting for our scene. Today, it's time to bring those surfaces to life with materials. In this lesson, you will learn how to create materials from scratch inside Unreal Engine, apply them correctly to the scene we imported earlier, and prepare everything for the advanced lighting setup we will cover in the next video. By the end of this video, your ArchViz project will finally start to look alive with realistic reflections, textures, and depth. So open up Unreal Engine and let's start building some beautiful materials. As you guys can see, I have opened my scene which we have left in the last video. Now let's start with the materials. I am going to add a video here which is going to create materials from scratch, so you can watch it. It will start now. We are going to start working with the materials, and this material is going to be served as a material template for my future project, so you can just use this again and again. So let's just create it that way. Okay, so I'm going to go to content drawer here in my first project levels, and I'm going to save this as, so file, save current level as, and I'm going to name it to material template. Now guys, this is going to be a really basic introduction and somewhat intermediate, but if you want to learn advanced material, I already have created material lectures before, so you can check that out. I have created how you can create advanced cloth material, advanced fabric material, advanced curtain material, then glass material for ray tracing, for Lumen, for part tracing, so you can check that out as well. But in after today's video, you will be having a full material library which you can use for your future project. So let's just start now. If you have used the 3D application like Blender, Maya, or 3ds Max, you know that they provide the default material, which is like, let's say you are using Max and Corona, then you have the Corona physical material. If you are using Maya and Arnold, then you have the Arnold shader. And if you are using Blender Cycles, then you have the physical BSDF shader. Okay, so they are already loaded, but in Unreal Engine, you need to create that master material once, so you get all the parameters like roughness slider, normal intensity slider, and all that stuff, and then you can just create some material instance and change it according to your needs. Okay, so let's start with our material introduction now. I'm going to go to content drawer here. I'm going to create a new folder here, and I'm going to name it to materials. Okay, materials template, so I can use it for the future videos as well. Now, in order to create your first material, just right click here and just create a new material here. I'm going to name it. So let's just first create the basic material. Then we are going to move to texture material. So I'm going to name it to M underscore. Let's just name it to plastic. Okay, so this will be our plastic base material. So you can use this a simple material without any textures. Okay. So I'm going to open this, but before doing that, I'm going to load some geometry here. So let's just go to our shapes here and let's just add our sphere. Okay, so we can work on this. Let's just zoom it here. Okay, and we are going to take duplicates as well. So let's just hold Alt and take some duplicates here as well. Okay, so let's just start now. I am going to just apply this material to here. Okay, but this is not a correct way. I'm going to show you a correct way to do, which is material instance. So let's just double click it first and open our material here. So just double click and your material will be open. Okay, you can take it here or you can take it on your another monitor if you are having. I find that this is a good thing to do, that you can see as well in the viewport that what you are doing. But make sure that this is a master material. So I'm going to create an instance and then I'm going to work with it. So as soon as you open it, I'm just going to maximize. You can see this is our material preview. This is our shader. So what type of shader do you want? Shading model, default, late, unlate, subsurface, hair, cloth. There are lots of things that you can use. Okay, then you have the blend mode to translucent if you are using a glass material. Okay, then you can use the translucent and all that stuff. And your material domain will be always 99% the surface. Okay. Here you will find all the parameters: base, color, metallic, specular. So here you changes all the stuff, but you will not get it once you save it and open it. It will take you to this master material. So I'm going to show you what is material instance and how you can use it quickly. Okay, in order to move into this, you can just hold the right mouse button and just scroll. Not scroll, just pen here. And so you can see move. And if you want to zoom in and zoom out, just scroll in and scroll out. Okay, that's easy. Now let's just move to another parameters. So let's start now. We are going to give it a color. So in order to give color to any material, you need to have a base color and you need to have a RGB color, RGB. So it is three basically, red, green and blue. So press and hold the 3 key and click here. So you will find this base color here, RGB color. Okay, you can see R, G and B. So what you need to hold? You need to hold 3 key and just click, and then you will find this. Okay, and then just connect this to your base color. And now if I save it, okay, and you can say it's applying the changes, and now you can say it's not applied here because we need to drag and drop it. Okay, right now just drag and drop your master material so you can see the result here. Okay, so in order to change the color, you can just double click and change the color here. Okay, and if I press OK, you can say it's not updating live here. Now, what is the reason behind this? Because this is a master material, you need to save it again and again to see the effect here. So what we can do, we can create a material instance, which I will show you in some time. Okay, but let's start with the another parameter, which is a metallic. So plastic doesn't have any metal, so we are not going to use this, but I want to use this specular. So let's just promote it to parameter, right click and promote to parameter. So now you can see we have a specular tab as well, and we can give the specular of 0.5, which is a default value. Okay, you can see the result here as well. So now there is a roughness tab. Again, right click and promote it to parameter, and you will see that we have this roughness parameter as well. Okay, so let's just drag it here. Okay, you can see right now roughness is 0. So you can see there is a total shine here, which you can see here as well. If I move here, okay, you can see here as well. See, this is the shine that I'm talking about. Now, if you want a rough, so you can go for 0.3 and now you can see it's a rough surface. Okay, great. So let's just save this. This is our basic plastic which we are going to create. So let's just save this and let's just close. Now, in order to see the live changes, if I change the material values or if I change the roughness values, it should be update live. So in order to do that, in order to do it like Max, Maya, Blender, shading and all that stuff, you need to right click and create a material instance. So let's just name it to plastic shine. Okay, so here you can see now you need to apply this here. And now if I double click it here, you can see it's same but somewhat different. You can see the parameter. This is how your 3ds Max, Maya, Blender works. Okay, so now you can see we have this roughness tab, this specular tab, but we don't see any base color. Okay, so you need to promote that base color which we created to parameter as well. So just double click it here and let's just right click and promote this to parameter. So convert to parameter, and I'm going to name it to base color. Okay, this is done. Let's just save this. And now if I go again to my main material, you can see now we have this base color as well. Okay, so now if I change the color, you can see we are updating live. Okay, great. See, and now if I want some roughness more or less, you can see the result as well. Okay, yeah, so this is good. This is our plastic shine material. Okay, so this is good. Now let's just create another material which is going to be plastic rough. So what you can do, you can just right click and convert, create material instance. Let's just name it to plastic rough. Okay, so this is how you create your library here. So let's just drag and drop it here. I'm going to move it here. Okay, we are going to double click it here again, and let's just change the color to blue this time. Okay, and it's already rough, so that's a good thing. So let's just save. So now you have the plastic material which is done successfully. Okay, let's just create a metal material. So what I can do, I can duplicate this. Okay, so let's just right click, okay, and duplicate it. Or what you can do, Control D as well. And I'm going to name it to not m_plastic. I'm going to name it to m_metal. Okay, and I'm going to double click it here. And now you know that we need a metallic value in order to create a metal material. So right click and promote it to parameter. And now you can see we have this metal. So 0 is by default value. If I do 1, you can see we have this metal here. Okay, so let's just do 1 here. Let's just save this and let's just close this. Okay, and now we can create a material instance for this as well. Create material instance. So let's just name it to gold, let's say, and let's just drag and drop it here. Okay, and what we are going to do, we are going to just double click it here. You can change the value of the gold here. So let's just go for somewhat rose gold like this. Okay, yeah, this is good. And what we can do, we can take down the roughness to, let's say, 0.1, and now you can see the result here as well. Okay, this is looking nice. And what else we can do? We can also have the roughness here as well. Okay, or if you want to go for a pure gold, you can do that as well. See. Okay, got it, guys? So this is really easy to work with. You can go for 0.115 as well, and you can see the result. Okay, so you can create lots of aluminum, steel, then black paint material, okay, metal paint material. You can do lots of stuff. So let's just create one more, which is a rough metal. So let's just what we can do, right click, convert material, create material in instance, and let's just name it to black rough metal. Okay, and let's just apply this here. And now what we can do, we can just double click it here, and let's just change the base color to, let's say, something like this. I want to go here, and now you can see the result here. Okay, I am going to give the roughness as well to point maybe 25. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, and now you can see the result. See. Okay, so we have created some basic materials, but now what? Now we need to create our texture materials. Okay, so let's just do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click, create a new material, and I'm going to name it to m_texture material. Okay, and let's just create a floor here so we can see. So let's just go to our modeling, and I'm going to create what we say a rectangle here. Okay, something like this, and I'm going to make it bigger here. So let's just have the width and height of 500 by 500. Okay, you can see it here. So let's just go to maybe 5000 by 5000. Okay, yeah, this is nice, and let's just accept it. Okay, so we have created this, and now I'm going to delete this flow here. Okay, so we have this floor here, and you can see the result as well. Okay, you can resize it as well. You can do the UVs as well here in Unreal Engine. So let's just quickly do the UVs. So let's just go to UVs, and let's just do project UVs, and I'm going to do a plane here and reset this. So now you can see we have this UVs perfectly tiled. Okay, so yeah, good. So let's just create a material now. So I'm going to create let's say floor material, or let's just start with a concrete one or something like that. Okay, so let's just create a copy here as well. Okay, so this is going to be my material, which is going to be textured material. So in order to have the textures, we need to download the textures as well. So let's just right click and create a new folder. Let's just name it to textures here. Okay, and we are going to add some textures here. So in order to use the textures, you have some websites here which are free. This is sharetextures.com, then ambientcg.com, and then we have the polyheaven textures as well. So let's just take a texture from here, and then we are going to create some stuff here. So let's just start with this rebar reinforced concrete. So if I click here, you can see we have this result here, and this is in the 4K. I don't want the blend file, I want the zip file. Okay, and it will have this all textures. AO is there, diffuse is there, then we have the displacement mask, normal is there, roughness is there. Okay, these are in EXR, you can see. So I want some JPG here, so I'm going to deselect this. Okay, you can see we have the roughness which we want. Metal is also there. Okay, yeah. So it's what we say a RGB mask. AO means R means this means this and this. But don't worry, I'm going to explain it in detail in future videos. So let's just download this now. So I am going to click here download, and it is going to start download. Once this is downloaded, okay, you can see here it is downloading. Okay, let it just download quickly. So I'm going to use this one material, and let's have one more material, some concrete one as well. Okay, so like a one tiles floor. Yeah, this is nice. So let's just have this as well. Okay, this is coming soon. So let's just go for another, let's say, floor. Okay, so let's just go to floor, early access is there. Yeah, this is a thing that we can use, or maybe let's just have some other stuff that we can use. I am going for some shine as well. Okay, you can browse it easily. Okay, so let's just, okay, let's just go for this. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to download the zip as well. But again, before downloading, you can decide what you want and what you don't want. Okay, so let's just download this as well. You can see the result. This is how it's looking. So let's just click on 3D and you can see in 3D how this is going to look. So you can see here, this is how it is going to look in the material tab. Okay, so let's just work with this and I will show you how quickly you can create one master material and have all the instance then. Okay, so just extract this out. I'm going to extract it quickly here. So let's just right click, show more options or directly extract all. Okay, so let's just go here and I'm going to have the textures folder. I'm going to make this bigger here and I'm going to have my diffuse, then my normal. Now there are two normals, DX and GL. Okay, GL is used for offline render, means like Arnold and all that stuff, and for real time we use the DX. Okay, we will need this roughness as well. So yeah, we will take these three maps here and now I'm going to drag and drop it to our textures folder. Okay, this is done. I'm going to again go back to my selection mode. Let's just create a material now. So we have this texture material. Let's just drag and drop it here first so we can see it here and then we will apply it here. Okay, or we can directly apply it here as well. So let's just do that only. I'm going to do Control Z here and let's just apply it here. Okay, so we have applied this. You can see we have this textures as well. So if I double click and open it, now you can see we have this tab here. Okay, so let's just make it bigger so we can see here as well. And let's just drag and drop it directly. Okay, the textures. So 1, 2, hold Control and select all of them and just drag and drop. Okay, so this is done. So this is the basic workflow that you do. You connect the base color to base color, then you connect the normal to normal. Okay, you do this and then you connect the roughness to your roughness. Okay, and you have this material and you go to right click and promote the specular parameter. Okay, and let's just do 0.5 and your basic material is ready. So if I save it, you will see we have this base material here. Okay, this is looking really good, but we want to control it. Let's say you want to control UVs, you want to control the roughness parameter, you want to control the normal intensity, you want to control the tint, hue. Okay, so how you can do that? So now let's just start with that. So what first we will do, we will promote all these two parameters here. Okay, then we can start working on this. So this is right click and convert to parameter. Let's just name it to normal texture. Okay, you can do the grouping system as well, but I'm not going to do that because this is a beginner level tutorial. Convert to parameter. Let's just name it to roughness. Okay, and let's just right click and convert this to parameter and let's just name it to diffuse texture. Okay, so this is done. Now what you need to do, you need to have the controls here. So in order to do that, we are going to need some nodes that we are going to connect. So let's just first hold M key, M for multiply, and just click here. So you will have the multiply node, or else what you can do, you can right click and search for multiply. Okay, but I'm going to use the shortcut keys. So hold M key here. Okay, we are going to make this bigger here. Hold M key and just click, so you will have the multiply. Take your diffuse texture to A, and now we want a parameter that controls what we say brightness. So just right click and promote it to parameter here, and let's just name it to diffuse underscore brightness. Okay, so now we have this brightness here and you can see it's 0 here. So if I save it, and let's just create a material instance as well. Okay, so I'm going to do something like this so we can see it here. Okay, right click. So let's just go back to our material library and I'm going to just right click here and create material instance. Let's just name it to tiles. Okay, and here you can see we have this tiles material and let's just drag and drop. Okay, so now if I double click and open the tiles material here, you can see we have the specular tab and we have this diffuse normal roughness tab as well. Okay, and you can see there are lots of parameters, like a specular is also there. And you can see right now we cannot see brightness because we need to connect this to our base color. Okay, so if I do this now, you can see it's black here. Okay, so why it is black? Because the value by default of the brightness is 0, but you need to do it 1 here. So now you can see, so if I take it 3, you can see it's getting brighter here. Okay, so now you have this brightness here. So by default, I told you the value should be 1. Now what we need to add the contrast here. So contrast is also easy to do in Unreal Engine. We need to multiply it basically with a power. Power means 2, 4, 6, 8 and something like that. So let's right click and type power here. You will find a node. Okay, take your base value here to the base, and here I'm going to right click and promote to parameter, and let's just name it to diffuse underscore, okay, contrast. And this is done. And now we are going to just drag it here, and by default the contrast should be 1. Okay, and let's just save it. So we are going to take this to base color, but not now, because now we need to have the control to what we say to have the saturation. Now directly saturation node is not there, so we need to desaturate it first and then inverse it. Okay, so just take your power here, and then you need to invert it here. So right click and promote to parameter, but before doing that we need to have one more mode. So I will show you just a second. Saturation. Okay, but you know this is a desaturation node, so this is not going to work. Why it is not going to work? Because this is what we call a desaturation node. Okay, so we need to saturate it first. So in order to do that, invert it, we are going to add a 1 minus node. Okay, so 1 minus, and you can see this, and I'm going to just connect it here. So now it is going to reverse this, and now if I take it here, you can see by default 0 is there. So if I take the saturation to 1, okay, this is looking good. And if I take the saturation to 0, this is going to be black and white. Okay, you can see. And if I take the saturation here and increase it, okay, so let's just increase this to, let's say, maybe 3. Now you can see we have the more saturation value. See, okay, so this is how you control it. And last thing that we need is we want a tint here. Okay, so let's just again hold M and add a multiply. Take this to here, and we are going to take it to here, and we are going to have a tint as well. So what we need to do, we need to hold 3 key, have color here. Okay, we are going to have a color here, something like this, and now we are going to connect it here. So this is going to be our color. Let's just do white here, which is our default color, and let's just save this. Right click, again convert to parameter, and we are going to name it to diffuse underscore tint. Okay, and now you have the diffuse ready. So if I go to material instance here, you can see we have all these parameters. So now I can increase the brightness, decrease the brightness, increase the contrast here as well. So you can see how we are getting this result. And we have this specular as well. Okay, you can see the result here, and we have this diffuse tint as well. So you can change the tint as well. Yeah, this is nice. See, so we have almost done this. Okay, which is a good thing. Now what we want, we need to have the same controls in our roughness as well. So I'm just going to copy and paste this out. Okay, so till here we are going to take Control C, and here we are going to press Control V. And now I'm going to connect it here. Okay, diffuse brightness to A. So the roughness to A, and we are going to connect this to our roughness here. Okay, this is done. And now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to rename this. So to roughness. Okay, so roughness is done, and this diffuse contrast we have taken. Okay, so we forgot to have this two node, this power node here. Again, Control C, Control V. Okay, if you remember how it is going to work, so we don't need a specular here. Sorry, so we need to connect it here. Okay, and we need the base to be our this. Okay, and this is going to go into our roughness here. So this is done. Okay, you can see we have this roughness parameter, and now for normal intensity you cannot do it like this. Okay, what you need to do, you need to have a certain things here basically, which I'm going to show you, so you will get the idea. So in order to have a normal intensity, we need to first flatten it. Okay, so just right click and type flatten normal, and now you will take normal, which is here, And for flatness, I'm going to right click. This is not flatness basically. This is our intensity. So normal underscore intensity. Okay, this is done. And now I'm going to take this. Okay, but before doing this, it is doing flatness. Okay, as I told you, this is not flat. We need a intensity. So I'm again going to invert it by 1 minus. Okay, so let's just connect this to 1 minus. So this is going to invert it. This is doing to non-flatten it. Okay, and then just take this to normal. So now you can play with this value as well. So let's just save this here. And now our master material is done. Okay, I'm not going to cover advanced. You can check out my other videos for that. So now you can see the result here as well. Okay, you can see we can control all the stuff here. So let's just control it here. So if I want more normal intensity, I can increase it. You can see the result as well. Okay, you can see it here. We can tweak the roughness, brightness as well. You can see the result here. Okay, this is really cool. Yeah. And now what we can do, we can also have the roughness contrast as well. Okay, which is here somewhere. So where is our roughness, brightness? Yeah, diffuse contrast. We need to rename this to what we say roughness contrast. Okay, roughness. This is done. And let's just save this here. And if I go here, now you have the tab as well of roughness contrast, and we can play with the contrast values as well of the roughness. See. So this is a really good thing. Now you can control each and every material. Now let's say we want that material that we created. Okay. So what we can do, we can have that as well. Okay. So let's just go to textures and let's just quickly extract that as well. So I'm going to go backwards. Okay. You can have the floor material, all that stuff you can have. Okay. Now you have this master material ready with you. Now you just need to replace them. So let's just go to textures. Okay, and if you want, you can have the AO map as well. Okay, there is a tab for that, so you can do it as well, but I'm going for totally beginner lessons here, so I'm not going to show you that right now. Okay, so let's just have this and this our DX. Okay, and let's just drag and drop it here. So this is ready. Let's just go to our material templates. We are going to master, right click, create material instance, and let's just name it to what we say concrete brick. Okay, something like that, doesn't matter. Then just drag and drop it here, and now just you need to replace the material and play with the stuff. Okay, that's easy here. So just click here, just go here into the textures, just drag here your diffuse texture, your roughness, and your normal, and this is done. See, but the main thing now that is missing is our UVs. Okay, so in order to do the UVs, you can add all the nodes and all that stuff, but there is an easy method. What is that? Just go to Fab library and import one material, only one material of Fab of Quixel. Okay, so let's just type here surface we want. So let's just type ground. Okay, and I'm going to press the enter key. So now you can see this is a forest ground from Quixel here, dirt ground. So just click here and just add to your project. Okay, just do this. Why we want that? Because we want this master material. So now this is done. We are not going to use it, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the master material here. Now in a second I will tell you why we have done this. So we need to control the tiling here. So just right click and write mf underscore tile, and you can see there are lots of tiling here. You can select any one of them. Now this will not be appearing here if you are not importing just one shader, because this need to have a master material of Quixel Megascan. Okay, why I'm using this, I will show you in a second. So if I do this here, okay, and this is going to go here, okay, and this is going to go here. So this is done. Let's just save it here. And now if I go here, you can see we have this global, and in tiling we have all these options. Okay, so this was not possible till until you need to add lots of nodes here. So if I double click it here, you can see we need to add all these nodes to get this stuff. But once you import one material of Quixel, you can have this mf underscore tiling function material. This is what we call function material. Okay guys, so now I can increase or decrease the tiling. Okay, so let's just do, let's say 4 by 4. Now you can see we have this tiling here. This is looking nice. Now we need to increase the offset, or if you want to rotate the texture, you can rotate the angle as well. Okay, but we don't want this, then you can play with, let's say you want a dark shader, you can do that as well. You can increase the contrast, you can increase the normal. Now you can see the details. Okay, you can play with the roughness here as well, so you can see the result. Okay, you can decrease the saturation. Now you can see the result here. So this is looking really good, and this is really easy, guys. So now you got the point. Okay, you can import one more texture and do the texturing part. So this is how easy it is to control all this stuff, okay, with the help of materials. Now you have watched how you can create materials in Unreal Engine. Now let's start with the apply of that materials. So I'm going to use Megascan materials and also Twin Motion Pack, which I showed you in the last video, how you can download and edit to your scene. You can use your own materials as well, because now you know how you can create your own materials. So let's start now. I have also opened my references here, so you can see we have this plaster here which is getting applied here. So let's start with our plaster material. Let's just go to content drawer, twin motion materials. If you go to your materials here, you will find concrete as well. So let's just check this out. You can see we have different folders here. So we can go to concrete here, and you can see we have this concrete materials. So you just need to drag and drop to your scene in order to apply the material. So as soon as I do it, you can see we have this concrete material applied to our wall here as well. So if I see my reference, you can see this is how it's looking. You can experiment with different materials here to get the result that you want. So let's just see this as well. You can see how this materials are looking here. You can see the result of this material as well. Let's just use this material and let's just edit this material to our liking like this. So let's just duplicate this material. Let's just press Ctrl D and I'm going to apply this material here. Let's just double click and open our material, and I'm going to just apply my material here and open the base color. Let's just have the tint here, and I'm going to pick my color here, which is around something like this, and you can see the result here as well. Let's just press the OK key, and you can see there is some shine here in the material part, which we can see here as well. So let's just work on that as well. Let's just go to roughness. Let's just go for the maximum roughness, and let's just reduce this as well. So you can see the result here, and let's just decrease the roughness minimum. So now you can see the result here, and now let's just increase this, something like this. Okay, yeah, this is looking perfect now. And also what we can do, we can also play with the roughness map as well. And now I think I will go with somewhat darker shade here, something like this. Yeah, this is much better. And maybe I will increase the roughness minimum somewhat like this. Yep, this is looking good. Let's just close this out. Now this is done. It's the same material on the above as well. So let's just apply the same material on our ceiling as well. So this is how the process works. You can create your own materials, or you can use the library that Unreal Engine provides. There are really good materials, so you can definitely check them out. Let's just apply it here as well. You can see we have this shine here. I don't want this much shine actually. So let's just reduce this. So let's just go downwards and let's just increase this here. Okay. And let's just increase this here as well. So yeah, this is better. And now let's just apply some materials here as well. So you can apply the same material, or you can apply this bare concrete minimum, which is going to look nice. So you can see the result here as well. Okay, great. Or you can use the same material in the whole scene. It's up to you guys what you want to use. So maybe I will use this one. Not this one. This was good. So let's just use this one. So yeah, this is looking nice actually. Let's just check this out here as well. So which we can see we have this material here as well. So let's just apply this material here, and you can see we have applied this material, but this is not the material that we are looking for. So let's just replace our material here as well. And now you can see we have some really beautiful results going on. Yeah, this is much better. If you want, you can use the tiles or parquet material as well, but I'm going to use this material only. So let's just see our other views here as well. So I'm using pure ref for my visualization purpose. And you can see we have this matte material as well. So you can see we have this material of the matte here. So we can definitely use this as well. So if I go here in my twin motion materials, you can see we have this leather as well. Then if you see, we have this fabric as well, and in fabric you can see we have this carpet materials, so you can use this carpet materials as well. So let's just drag and drop this here. You can see the result, but I don't like this actually, so I'm going to use the fab here, and here I'm going to search for carpet. And as soon as I do it, I'm going to just make it bigger here. I'm going to just switch my price to free. And here you can see we have lots of materials here. I'm going to move this to my second monitor now. So just we can see what we are working with. Okay, you can see we have this dusty carpet and this plush carpet. I think we will use this plush carpet and just change the material of this. So let's just import this here. So let's just add the high quality one and let's just add it to the project. It will take some time to download the material. Till then, what we can do, we can search for other materials as well. Like let's say go for fabric, and let's just make sure again price is set to free here. And you can see we have different materials which we can definitely apply on our sofa as well. So I'm just looking at the references here which we can maybe use. So let's just make sure that we go into Quixel here, and here we are going to search here as well. So for carpet, and let's just press enter, and now you can see we have lots of carpet materials. We have this dusty carpet as well, so we can definitely use this as well. Then we have this June fabric as well, but let's just see how this looks. So let's just go to materials here and let's just drag and drop it here, and now you can see, yeah, this is looking much better actually. So if I go here, you can see the result, but maybe I will change the material preferences. So let's just open it. Let's just go to base color, and I'm going to add a tint here as well according to my reference. So let's just do something like this. Yeah, this is better. And let's just press the OK key, and maybe I will do the tiling somewhat smaller, like 3, yeah, or maybe 2, depending on the need I want. So let's just save this out as well, and let's just close this. And now we can apply a fabric material as well. If you want, you can use the another material for the floor. We will do later on. So let's just go to our fabric here, and you can see we have this carpet and fabric wool as well. So if I apply the fabric wool, yeah, this is not looking that great, but maybe it will look great on the downward side. So let's just use this. Yeah, this is better actually. You can see the result here. You can keep it or you can use this. I will use that only. So I will press the redo key, and here I want a material. So let's just go to fab again, and here you can search for fabric directly. And if I press enter, you can see we have this fabric wool and all that material, plain wool fabric. So we can use this as well, or we can use the furniture fabric, which is this material. So let's just add this to our project. I'm going to use this as well, and maybe I'm going to try this one as well. You can see the result. Yeah, let's add this as well, and it's getting downloaded here, and we are going to apply this material here. So this is how basically I approach the material part. Some materials I create by myself, some materials I just use it from the fab or twin motion pack because they are really good in the term of materials as well. I have my own pack as well which I use for the material creation. So I am going to share it with you guys in the future when I create a course or something like that. So let's just go to materials here, and let's just apply this here, and you can see, yeah, this is looking good actually. And you can play with the, what we say, the tiling. So let's just double click it here, and let's just do the tiling of 0.3 and check. So yeah, now you can see the material. This is how it is going to look, and maybe I can just have a base tint of somewhat grayish color. Yeah, So something like this. So you can see the result. This is looking perfectly fine with the tiling as well. So let's just press the OK key. Let's just close this out and let's just try this material as well, and then we can decide which we can use. So yeah, this is also nice actually. It's close to my reference. So let's just double click this as well, and let's just do a base tint here as well. So let's just do something like this here. Yeah, this is good. And you can see we are using some triple S here as well. So if I disable this here, or if you want, you can use the triple S color as well. So let's just tweak this color to white here, and you can see the result here as well. So let's just do this to white as well. Yeah, this is better actually, and this is looking good. So now I will go for this one for now, but maybe in future I will change it as well. So let's just see what we can do, and maybe I will change this material as well to some other fabric. So let's just go to fab. Let's just go back and search for carpet again, and maybe I will apply another material. So I will see what I can do, and I will change the material according to that, because you can see we have this old carpet, we have this carpet tiles as well. So this is also looking good, but we will see. So let's just go to another material. Yeah, so if you guys can see here, maybe I will change this floor to somewhat wood or something like that. So you can go to parquet here, and you will find lots of materials that you can use for the parquet. So let's say if I drag and drop this one, you can see this is looking beautiful here. Okay, so you can use this type of materials as well, or what you can do, you can also use the tiles material or marble materials as well. You can see here as well. So you can use this as well. It depends upon you guys what you want to use here. So if I go to tiles, you can see we have some tiles materials as well. So if I drag and drop this, this is also looking better actually. So let's just go with this wooden floor right now, and let's just start with other materials. So if I go here, I want this also to be a metal. So if I open this, you can see we have this metal. So let's just create our metal material. Let's just go to metal, and here you will find the materials here which are given. So let's just use this. Yeah, there is not a material here, so I will create quickly here. Let's just go to right click and create a material. Let's just name it to metal. Let's just right click and create material instance, and let's just apply this instance here as well. So you can see, let's just double click it here. Let's just right click, promote to parameter, metallic promote to parameter. Let's just do metallic of 1 here, and let's just do a roughness promote to parameter. Okay, and let's just change the base color something like this. Let's just press OK. Let's just save this out, and you can see the material. This is how it is looking, and let's just have some roughness here as well to around maybe 0.5. Yeah, this is better, and let's just make it somewhat darker here, something like this, and let's just save this out. So this material is also done. Let's just start with another material. So you can see we have this pipes here. So if I go to my reference folder, and if you see here, we have this pipe. So I think the pipe material does look good, but maybe I will change it a bit from my metal here. So you can definitely go with this chrome texture as well. I think I will go with this chrome texture because it's looking good, and I can select this with the material. So you can do that as well, or just click here something like this and just replace it out. Okay, yeah, this is better. Maybe I will do a silver one, or I'm not sure yet what I want to do, but maybe I will just keep this to metal only. So let's just try this. Yeah, this is better actually. So we can use this metal here as well, and we can do the same thing here as well. This material does look good, so I can keep it at this at well, and let's just apply this here as well and here as well. Okay, yeah, this is nice. And let's just look at our reference again, and let's just see what else we have. So we have a material here which is like a wood. Okay, so if I go here, you can see we have this color or wood. So let's just give it a color only. Let's just select this and let's just give it a color. So let's just go to our concrete and let's just apply a concrete material, or maybe let's just right click and create a material again. Or what you can do, if you remember, we created this material, so let's just duplicate the instance here and let's just apply it here. Now you can see it's looking something like this, but let's just double click, make sure that it's not metallic here, and let's just go to global and let's just change the base color here to something like this to get the result that we want. Yeah, this is better. And let's just increase the roughness to maybe 0.6. Yep. And maybe I will do this in the lighter shade, something like this, and here something like this. Yeah, this is better. So let's just press the OK key. Let's just close this out and do the same thing here as well. So I'm going to apply that material here as well. Yeah, this is looking nice. And we want a brick material here. So let's just go to here and let's just go to bricks, and you can see we have this brick material which we can use as well. So you can see this is the brick material, and maybe we will increase the tiling here. Let's just apply this and check. Yeah, this is better actually. So let's just double click it here and we are going to play with the tiling here. So let's just go to UVs and maybe I will do 1 by 1. Yeah, this is nice. And maybe I will increase the normal intensity to maybe 0.3 and the height intensity to, let's go for 0.1. Yeah, this is better, and it's going to be outside, so it doesn't matter that much, but I will apply the material because when we are going to create a camera here, you can see we have this stuff here. So let's just click here as well and let's just replace this. Let's just click here as well and let's just replace this as well. So now this is done. Perfect. Let's just go inside here as well. So let's just go inside and now let's just start with other materials. So let's just start with our material. So you can see guys, basically if I create a camera something like this, it's a wooden here. So let's just go to our fab again and let's just search here for wood and let's just press enter. And you can see we have this wood planks here. I want a plain wood. So let's just search for that and I'm going to find it here only somewhere around. So if you want, you can go to materials and textures and make sure that you see only this stuff here. Okay, so this is nice. And now if I scroll downwards here, I can have a wood. So you can see here we have a plain floorboard as well. We can use that as well, but I am looking for a flat color here, like a plywood. Yeah, like this one. So you can see the result here as well. So let's just add this to our project as well. And we can use this plywood everywhere into our scene. So you can see here it is applied, here it is applied, here as well, here as well. So it's basically all plywoods are there. Then if you see here, here also the plywood is there. So let's just do that here as well. So let's just apply the plywood material. Let's just go double click it here. Let's just go to materials and you can see the plywood. And you can see we have applied this here, but I want not in this direction, in this direction. So what I can do, I can just right click and maybe I will duplicate it out so we can see here as well. And let's just double click it here. Let's just play with the tiling. Maybe I will go for 2. Yeah, but you can see there is not a rotation option here. So what you can do, you can go to material and just have that here with the mf underscore tiling. So you need to go to your base material and here you need to adjust to all of them here. So you can do that as well, but I have taught you how to create your own material. So just drag and drop the textures here and it is ready to go. But right now I'm going to use the wood here which is available. So let's just go for this plywood. No, this is not looking that good. Let's just go for this. No. So let's do one thing. We can use this as well. So how we can use? It's really easy, guys. So what you need to do, you need to just double click it here on this plywood, and you need to just replace the textures here. So what we can do, we can go here to our textures and we can just replace them out. So you can see we are replacing this. This is our normal map here, and you can see we have this also our ORM shader, but we need to define which ORM it is. So you can do it easily here. So you can just now go to your content drawer, go to your wood and just apply this plywood here. So you can see the result here as well. And now you can go to UV rotation, and let's just do 0.25, sorry, 90. And you can see we get this result here, and you can do the U and V tiling as well. So let's just do something like this. Or else what you can do, if you don't like this result, you can create your own plywood material. So let me show you how you can do that as well. So let's just open our browser and let's just search for share textures. So if I open it here, you can see we have this share textures library of the material. So let's just click here. Let's just go to assets and textures, and here you can go for search directly for plywood and press enter, and you will find a plywood material here. Or you can directly go to wood, and here you will find a plywood material. So let's just do 100 per page. So you can see it here. And what we want a plywood, yeah, something like this. Let's just open this in the new tab. Let's just open this in the new tab as well, so we can actually see how this is going to look. Or you can directly search here as well. So if I go to all assets here, and if I search here for, let's say, plywood, and right now it's taking some time to update, but let's just check this here. So yeah, there are some ads, but you can definitely close this out. No, this is not the material that I'm looking for. This is also not the material. Yeah, definitely we can use somewhat another material. So what we can do, we can search for plywood texture or plywood material as well. And what you can do, plywood texture, and press enter. So you can see we have this plywood texture here in the polyhaven, which is going to be perfectly used. So you can see this is the what I want actually. So what you can do, you can go for 4K and just download this. Once it is downloaded, just extract your textures out. Okay, and once you extract your textures, you can apply it to your scene. So let's just wait for a bit till it's downloaded, and till then we will work on another material. So let it just download, and let's just look here. So you can see we have like a material here which is looking something like this. So let's just select this here, and let's just apply a material. So let's just go to metal only. I'm going to duplicate this metal instance once again. Let's just apply it here. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to double click it here, and let's just make sure that roughness is set to like 0, and you can see the result here. This is like what we say, a mirror. Okay, so let's just reduce it something like this. Yeah, this is better, and maybe I will give somewhat roughness like 0.1. Yeah, so you can see here as well, this is looking nice actually. Let's just close this out. Yeah, this is better. And now what we can do, we can apply the same materials here as well. So let's just select this and apply the same material. Let's just select this, apply the same material here as well. And let's just select. So let's just apply this here, and let's just select here, and let's just apply here as well. So now you can see this is looking really good. and you can do the same thing for this material as well. So if I click here, you can see we have this material here. So let's just see what it changes here. Yeah, this is nice. Yep. And let's just go downwards here, and you can see this is looking much better. So let's just change the material here as well. Yeah, this is nice. This is also good. And this one last. Yep, this is better. And here, if I go here as well, I can select the same material here as well. You can see the result here. So let's just do the same thing here as well. Yep, this is much better actually. Now I'm liking the result here. And here what we can do the same thing for here as well. But maybe I will change a material this to this. Okay, because I want somewhat a roughness here. So I will do this, and same goes for this as well. So let's just select this and this, and let's just apply this material here. So now you can see this is looking really good, and this is perfect here as well. So this is looking nice. And let's just check this out as well, and let's just apply the same material. So this is looking really good now, and you can see the result. Now let's just work on that material that we have created here. So let's just see if the material is being downloaded or not. So yeah, this is downloaded, and I will directly use this for my material here. So I'm going to extract these textures here. I'm going to show you in a while how you can do that as well. So if I open my folder here, you can see this is how the folder works. And if I go to textures, you can see we have this textures here as well. So let's just get the roughness, the normal, the plywood. Okay. And let's just open Unreal Engine again, and let's just drag and drop our textures here in the wood. Okay. So let's just drag and drop them here. So if I go here again, and if I go here in the textures, I'm just going to drag and drop it to my scene, and here it is. Let's just open this, and let's just replace our textures now. So it's really easy. So this is how it works actually. But once you do it, you are going to get the hang of this, and you can get some really amazing result, guys. This video is going to be longer, but I want to show you each and every step that I do basically. Let's just do this to one by one. Yeah, this is looking nice. But as per our reference, if you see here, this is my reference, we need to play with the tint somewhat. So let's just open the tint, and let's just do something like this, but in a lighter shade. Okay, so something like this. Yeah, this is better actually. Now this is done. Let's just play with the roughness as well. So what I can do, I can just reduce this here, something like this, and you can see the result. Definitely this is better actually. And let's just play with this lightness. So let's just do something like this for the lighter values here. Yeah, this is better. And you can see this is much better now. You can definitely increase this as well, but I think I will keep it to maybe 0.5. Yeah, this is better. And now you can see the result. Maybe if you want it to be smaller or something like that, you can definitely do this by going to maybe tiling of 2 by 2. Okay, I think 2 by 2 is not looking that good, so maybe 1.2 by 1.2, or maybe 1 by 1 was a good option actually. And let's just do the rotation to 0, and yeah, you can see this is how it is working. And if I use the object UVs, yeah, object UVs are also turned. So let's just do 90 here only, or maybe if you want to be straight somewhat, you can do something like this. Yeah, this is much better actually. Tiling is not that great, so let's just do 1 and let's just close this out. And now I'm going to apply the same material here as well and here as well. So you can see this is how actually the material portion works in Unreal Engine. So let's just apply the same material now. So let's just select all the boxes here and let's just replace them. Yeah, this is better now actually. Let's just replace this as well. Yep, now this is looking nice. Let's just see here as well. This is also the same material. Yep, this does feels nice now actually. This also has the same material here as well. Yeah, this was nice. And now you can see we can change this inner materials as well if you want, but I think this is looking nice actually. And you can play with the material of the glass as well. So let's just go to glass ray tracing, because I'm going to use the ray tracing in some time in the next lecture when I'm going to teach you the lighting. So let's just apply this here. Maybe it's not looking that great. So let's just check the clear one. Or what you can do, you can also use the mirror material, which is what I created here. But what I will do, maybe I will keep this only in the glass ray tracing, but the tinted one, but I'm going to change the color and the opacity here. So let's just open the glass. Let's just change the color to somewhat darker, and I'm going to make sure that opacity is something like this. Yeah, this is better actually. Now you can see the result, but I don't want any color, I want a black shade. So now you can see this is how it is going to look, much better. And maybe I can do this material in that portion as well, which I have created here. So we can see the inside portion. Let's just try it out. Yeah, this is better. So now you can see the result here as well. This is how the reference also looks. So you can see the here as well. So if I go inside here, you can see we have this material actually. So I'm going to replace this out. So let's just see here. Yeah. So this is the column that we are talking about, and let's just replace it with our wood. So let's just go to wood and let's just replace it our plywood, because I want it to be inner the plywood material. Yeah, this is better. And let's just do the same thing here as well. So you can say this does feel nice, but if you don't want a wood material, you can definitely change it with other material as well. So if you don't want this material, let's say, you can definitely have the metal one as well, which we created here, metal instance. And you can use this here as well. So this is going to look good. Yep, much better. So this is looking nice, and maybe I forgot this material here as well. So let's just apply a material here. Yeah, this is done. This is looking perfect, and you can see the lighting as well. The lighting is also looking good. And now let's just close this with our material part, which is this one. So let's just open our plywood material and let's just check this out here. And if we see here as well, this is also having the same material. So let's just replace them. And now you can see this is coming to life in some time. And I'm going to apply the same material here as well, maybe the wood. Yeah, this is looking good. And maybe here also the same material. Yep, I am not going to take this into my camera when I'm going to do something like this here, so you can see the result. And yeah, the last material that it is remaining here is this one. So let's just do the metal one which we created here as well. So let's just select this and let's just go to outliners and let's just apply this material here and here as well. Okay, here. Now this video is around 35 minutes, but you got the idea how you can use the materials here. Okay, and let's just check this out. Yep, this is done. And here also the same material we are going to apply. So this does look good. Yep, here also the same thing. And here we are going to add a material of the light in the next lecture when we are going to do the lighting part of this material. So this is nice. Let's just check this out. Let's just replace this. Yeah, and let's just go here and let's just replace this as well. So you can see here we are going to add a light material here, here and here. So this is looking nice, and let's just see here as well. Now you can see we have this hollow here. So it's really easy to fix. Just open your material, just go to your parent material and just make sure that two-sided is turned on, and let's just save this out. And yeah, there you go. So we have this now. Okay, this is looking nice. This all is looking nice. And now we want to do the chair material here. So if I go here, you can see in my reference here we have this chair, and this material does look good. It is not that bad, but maybe I will tweak the shader somewhat. And yeah, this should be of metal, which we created here as well. So let's just do a metal here. So yeah, this is looking nice now, and you can see the result. Maybe I will play with this material here. So if I go here, you can see here is our material, and the textures would be also somewhere over here only. So here is my texture folder, and you can see there is some material which is used here, which is this one. Okay, you can see this is the material that is being used here. So what we can do, we can use this material here, which is the diffuse texture. So we can, what we can do, we can go to our wood and just move it here. So let's just create a copy of this diffuse, and let's see if we have what we say a bump or a normal map. So we don't have a bump map for this. Yeah, here it is. So you can see if I double click, you can see this is the bump map here, which we can use. Okay, and this is the wood here for this part, so you can use that as well. So there are textures, yeah, there are textures available. And this is rugged sample. Yeah, this is not the rug that I want to use, but this is the rug. Here it is. See guys, so what we can do, we can use this as well. If I open this here, double click, you can see we have this rug as well. So let's just drag this. Just a second guys, let's just drag this one to our fabric as well. So where is our fabric? Yeah, here. So let's just copy. Now let's just go to wood and let's just apply a material. So let's just duplicate this as well, and I'm going to apply it here. So you can see this is looking nice, but I will replace the texture. So what you can do, you can have a dark variation of this. So what we can do, we can replace it with this texture here. So let's just see how this looks. Yeah, this looks good. But what I want, I'm going to just go here and check this out here. Okay, so let's just close this, and maybe I will take a duplicate of this material by pressing the Ctrl D. So you can see here it is. Yeah, so I have done it, sorry. So let's just do here the rotation of 0, and let's just check this out. Yeah, this is better actually. So let's just save this, and here I'm not going to use any tint here. So let's just see how this looks. Maybe I will use the tint, but a darker tint, something like this. Yeah, this is better. And let's just apply the same material everywhere else. So let's just do here, here and here as well. And if you see, we have this fabric material as well. So let's just open our carpet here, and let's just use, don't worry about this guys, because we are not going to use this because we need to do the tiling part. But I'm going to create a camera from here, so it doesn't matter, but I want this to look good. So let's just go to fabric here. I'm going to use that texture and see how it looks. So let's just go to our color map. Let's just drag and drop it here. Yeah, this is looking nice actually. You can see the result. I'm not going to use the roughness or the normal map. So you can say this is how it looks, and you can do the tiling of one by one. So maybe 2 by 2 was good option. Yeah, and we can do the rotation of 90. There you go, guys. So this is looking perfect, and maybe 1 by 1. Yeah, this is perfect. So maybe 1.5 by 1.5 is good. Yeah, so this is perfect. Let's just save this out, and I will close this. Maybe I will reduce the, what we say, maybe I will reduce the intensity of this plywood, because I think it's way too much actually. So let's just go here and let's just do 0, maybe 0.1. And if I go here, you can see we are not using, so this is the texture only, this is how it looks. So if I turn off or on the normal map, it's not working that much. So maybe I will replace the wood as well. Let's just go here, let's just try to replace the wood as well. So if I go to my material folder, textures, and here is the wood texture somewhere over here. So let's just check now. No, we have this only. It's not that colored one. So yeah, we cannot use, but let's just check if it's due to that only. Yeah. So you can see here, it was, maybe this is not that much great. So I will replace it in with the texture that I find on the internet. Okay, I will just do some research and replace this here. But right now you can see this is looking really good now, and you can see this does feel good here as well, here as well. And maybe I will apply the same material here. Okay, but it doesn't matter because we are not going to use this camera here, we are only going to use it till here. And yeah, one more thing, you can see here, we have this plant here as well. So if I go here, you can see we have this plant, and this leaves material are not there here. Okay, so I will replace it with another plant which I will get from the internet. So what you can do, you can go to fab again, go to home and search here for flower pot, and here you will find lots of options actually. But what I want the price to be free. Okay, and now you can see we have lots of options which you can use actually to use the flowers here. Or what you can do, you can write here also as well, orange tree or something like that. But I'm going to download it from internet, from Sketchfab maybe. So what you can do, if you have the flower pot, you can search for small orange tree, and you can see we have this maybe small tree or something like that. And you can replace, yeah, so you can see we have this like a small tree which you can replace here as well. So you can do that as well. If you want, you can replace this tree as well. So you can see this is a small tree, something like that. But I'm going to use the Cosmos library and I'm going to do it, and I will see you in the next lecture where we are going to, I'm also going to work on this material as well. Yeah, so I'm going to see you in the next lecture where we are going to do the lighting of this uh, the scene, and then we are going to move on to cameras and animations and all that stuff. So I hope you like this video on materials, how you can apply materials into your scene. I will see you next in the next video. Till then, if you like this video, please press that like button, comments down below how you are liking this series so far, and share it with your friends who wants to learn Unreal Engine. I will see you next time. Till then, bye bye, take care.